This is episode 1 of our discourse on the roots of representation for African American patients or patients of African descent in clinical trials worldwide. I wanted to create this video to share a few statistics regarding the underrepresentation of Black or African American individuals in the clinical trials industry. Of 2019 in the United States, Black or African American patients make up about 13.4% of the population, but only represent 5% of clinical trials, despite the fact that Black patients bear a disproportionately high burden of cancer. Only 7% of participants in cancer-related trials are Black or of African descent. And this is from the American Society of Clinical Oncology, based on the trials that were conducted from 2008 to 2018. COVID-19, only 3% of the US enrollees were Black individuals. And then globally, in Europe, the 2018 report showed that less of 2% of the clinical trials population were non-Caucasian, despite a growing diversity in Europe. And this is from the Public Library of Science in 2018. And according to the NIH, 27% of Black respondents believe that their healthcare providers always showed more respect for their participation in research compared to 41% of white respondents. What that translates to is trust issues. Then the importance of diversity in clinical trials. In drug trials for heart failure treatment, studies have shown that Black patients often respond differently to certain medications. So here are the 3 key takeaways. This is a deep-rooted issue. Black communities are significantly underrepresented in clinical trials. And this is not just data, it's actually people's lives. We need to change the narrative and strengthen the roots of diversity in these essential studies. In the cancer trials, which we talked about, and the COVID trials, these numbers are alarming. And bearing in mind that Black communities are highly impacted by these diseases and yet barely present in the studies, we have to bridge this gap and ensure that clinical trials reflect real-world diversity. Trust and diversity matters. It's not just talking about diversity. We also have to educate ourselves and understand that the industry is evolving and that there are many initiatives to ensure that a vast majority of patients come from a diverse background. And if you want to participate, if you feel called by this, make sure to join our community and learn more about the industry and how you too can make a difference in it. Are you fired up to promote diversity in clinical trials? If yes, then join our tribe of changemakers. We have a free networking community where you can connect with like-minded individuals. But outside of that, we also have a paid community for those of you who want to dive deeper, want to learn, who want to understand how you can get into this innovative industry where there's such a need to include diverse voices. Make sure you tune in next week as we explore the title of Numbers Speak. Every grain counts. Remember to engage with us on social media so that we can create a tapestry of change, one thread at a time. See you next week. Bye-bye.